What is up, you buttercups? It's your man BurialBoy coming at you with some more Destiny 2 content. Today is going to be the first episode in our new series of 2020 Kindergarten class. We're going to go over the Nightfall Ordeal a little bit more in depth. I've done previous videos on it, done montages on it, but not really explained what it is, why it's important to utilize. So, without further ado, let's get digging. What's going on, you guys? So I really appreciate you stopping in here for the first episode of our 2020 Beginner's Guide Kindergarten series. This is mainly for all the newer D2 players, someone who's really never touched Destiny 2 before, someone thinking about wanting to come in, kind of where should they go, what should they do. There is really a lot of content, a lot of things that you need to go over, and it's kind of hard to figure out where you want to get started. So if you're here, I appreciate it. Drop a like down below if you like it. It really helps me out a lot here. Subscribe if you're not already so you can stay up to date with every video in this list. And today, we're going to get started on talking about the Nightfall Ordeals. Now, the Nightfall, the Ordeal missions are very crucial, really, to any and every Guardian. Whether you're a PvP player, whether you're a PvE player, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty crucial. And the reason being is the loot alone that you can get from the Nightfall Ordeal missions are very worth it. They're on a weekly reset, okay? So every Tuesday, we get our weekly reset. And every Tuesday, you're going to get a new Nightfall, the Ordeal mission. They are all in rotation, okay? And it's going to be different. It's going to be a strike that is in-game already, but it's going to be a heroic version of that strike with modifiers, a couple changes here and there. So you're going to go into your directory and you're going to go to the Vanguard playlist. You'll see where you have 4 selections right now. I believe as of November 10th on Beyond Light, that's going to change. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to change it, but we are confirmed that the Ordeal strikes will still be a thing with the Nightfall. So you'll come to the Vanguard playlist. You'll find the Vanguard Nightfall Strike, the Ordeal, and you'll see that you have 2 little subsections below it. The first one says completing 3 times will give you powerful gear. That's definitely something you want to go for. I mean, within a week you can farm it 3 times. The second subset you'll see here is scoring 100,000 points in one Nightfall, the Ordeal. It'll get you a piece of pinnacle gear. Now, if you're just starting into Destiny 2, I wouldn't be too worried about getting that pinnacle gear right now. You're going to get pinnacle gear here and there anyway, but if you're just starting out, realistically, it's not going to make much of a difference for you. It will, but it won't. It's not going to be your primary focus. And trying to get 100,000 points in Nightfall Ordeal, just starting out, unless you've got some really good guys that are really high level that don't have a problem backpacking you all the way through, it's just not going to happen, realistically. And I can vouch personally. But you'll see when you go to select the Nightfall, the Ordeal strike, that you have a power level. You can actually click on that and you can select your difficulty. Now, there are many difficulties, from Adept all the way up to Grandmaster. Now, only the first 2, up to Hero, are matchmaking. Everything after that, everything higher than the matchmaking level, is going to require you to have a team to go in. You're not going to be able to make a team solo. You're not going to be able to solo queue up and get matched up with someone. It's just not going to happen. But that's okay, because even me to this day, being just about right at max power level, I still utilize the Hero level just for the farming capabilities and how quickly you can run through it. But with each level does come some small differences. At first, with the Adept, you're still going to get some materials. You're not going to have the highest chances of exotics, but you're still going to have an opportunity to get exotics. You're going to get some resources. You're going to get some material. You're going to get some upgrade mats. You can potentially get some really good legendary weapons, or armor even for that matter. It's still worth it, especially starting out. It's definitely worth giving a shot, and at least trying to farm it up for those 3 for the powerful gear, especially starting out. It's a good way to help kind of power level yourself up a little bit. But even past that, farming the Nightfall of the Ordeals are very worth it just for the upgrade materials alone. Things like enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, ascendant shards, those are all things that are going to be absolutely required for you to level up your gear and weapons to its max. And you're not going to be worried about doing that right now starting out. I definitely would highly recommend against trying to upgrade something you have to the max right now, unless you just absolutely have to, and it's going to be something you are without a doubt going to keep until the end of time. Realistically, it's going to be a waste of your materials, because as you're leveling up early on, you're going to constantly be getting new weapons, new armor. I mean, almost every mission, every strike, everything you do, you're going to get new things. And they're going to be a little bit higher more times than not than what you have. But these materials are good to stock up on, especially right now. If you have it right now, as of today, before November 10th, you can start stocking up on materials to upgrade and use them for the new weapons, new armor coming November 10th with Beyond Light. Regardless, having enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, and ascendant shards, having legendary marks, having all these destination materials are a very good thing to have. So stocking up on them is never really a bad. But as you can see by trying to select a different difficulty, you'll see how the modifiers change with each difficulty. Now, some of them sound kind of nuts, and some of them kind of are. Realistically, you don't have to worry about that too much. If you're just starting out, I would never go higher than Hero, because some of these modifiers can become real big difficulties. Now, starting out, the only ones you should really have to even keep into consideration so much are things like the singes, a Void Singe, Arc Singe, or Solar Singe. Essentially meaning that if you have a Void Singe modifier on this week, all void damage from all sources, whether it be the source, you being the source, or whether it be an enemy being the source, having that void damage come at you, that damage is increased. And that can be used against you, but you can also very much use it for yourself. You can utilize it. Very worth it. Things like that, and things like the different kinds of champions which are introduced into Season of Arrivals this season. You got the barrier champions, which are kind of self-explanatory. They are champions that every so often, if you haven't killed them or done enough damage quick enough, they will pop up a barrier around them, a little bubble shield, and they'll actually start to regen health. And it's a bit obnoxious, but I mean, still, they're not that bad. You can actually get anti-barrier rounds through a mod, through the seasonal artifact this season. If you're starting out now, you might be able to get it if you like super hardcore grind out right this second and get it before the next season starts, but it's probably not likely. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'd really focus on getting your level, getting your power level up. But to go with the barrier champions, there's also two more. There are overload champions. Spam out their abilities, and it can be obnoxious, but honestly, it's nothing too much to worry about. If you're doing enough damage, someone on your squad is bound to have an overload grenade. Even if they don't, I mean, really, you can just DPS them enough and take them out. There's not much of a difference with the overload champions, at least from my perspective, from my opinion, what I've seen, and I've played against a lot of them. But unstoppable champions, that's a whole different ballgame. Unstoppable champions simply means you've got a champion who is going to come at you. He's not going to stop coming at you. You know, normally you'll have an enemy who will kind of charge you a little bit, then back up, take cover. They kind of stay in their little area that they have, their AI has been assigned to stay into. Well, these unstoppable champions, they don't know boundaries, bro. They just don't stop. And it's really insane whenever it gets utilized in Nightfall, especially with things like ogres. That's actually what I see more times than not, is you'll have unstoppable ogre champions. And they are as obnoxious as could be. I mean, good lord, they don't stop. They will not get off your ass. They will not leave you alone. They just don't get off you. You don't have much of a chance to do what you need to do, or even kind of get behind the rock to heal up for a second. Because the second you get behind the rock, you turn around, he's going around the other corner, he's right there in your face, hi, and you got, unstoppable ogre in your mouth. Now, aside from that, there really aren't many modifiers I think you need to worry too much about, at least starting out. Because you're not going to do anything higher than the hero, ideally. So, I mean, you may have something where you have enemies having higher health bars, or where they do more melee damage, or grounded, where, you have to stay on the ground, you take more damage when you're in the air. Little things like that you may have to keep into consideration, but they're nothing to worry about. If you've got a team that can do enough damage, which you can matchmake into a team pretty easily to do that just fine. But on top of the farming materials, on top of all the upgrade mats and all the gear you can get, another thing to really keep in consideration, and one of the bigger motivations for trying to farm these Nightfall missions, is they all have their own exclusive loot. Some of them will have an exclusive weapon, or they'll have an exclusive ghost shell, or an exclusive sparrow. And you can only get them in these strikes specifically. My favorite so far actually comes from my least favorite Nightfall strike, the Corrupted, trying to kill the Techian. Good lord, she gets on my nerves. But that's actually my favorite piece of Nightfall exclusive loot is the Horror's Least Pulse Rifle. It's insane. So farming them gives you more opportunities for that as well. Regardless, even if you're farming them and you're not getting weapons or armor that you want, things you want to use, you can still dismantle each and every bit of that, and you're still getting resources, you're still getting glimmer, you're still getting weapon materials, you're still getting upgrade materials. It's really worth it to just take advantage of it. You know, I wouldn't say sit here and spend an entire week farming Nightfall Ordeals. I mean, you can. I've done it out of boredom, but it's not bad. If you don't have anything else to do, or you know you need some materials, it's definitely a good thing to just say, hey, sit back, get your load out, stop into the Nightfall Ordeals, and just go at it. Go hit it on repeat, back to back to back. And actually, as you do it more, you're going to get more efficient. It's going to get quicker. It's going to get easier for you to get through, obviously depending on the Nightfall Strike. But one of the main reasons why I bring up the Nightfall Strike as my first video for the Kindergarten series is this reset. Two things are going to happen. Besides getting our normal reset, first and foremost, the Festival of the Lost will be starting. It is our Halloween event for Destiny 2. I'm really super excited about it. I'm ready to knock it out. I mean, from the trailers, it looks great. The armor and everything looks awesome. I'm excited. I'm super stoked. Ready to go. But the main reason why I'm using this video, or doing this video rather, is because this week, Bungie has listened to us yet again. They're listening to their community. We have double Nightfall loot rewards again. So all of your farming needs, all of your work and effort you're putting into farming for those materials and trying to get those Nightfall exclusive weapons, you are going to have twice the opportunity to do so. And this is actually one of your better and best opportunities to try and farm for exotic weapons. This is where I've gotten the majority of my exotic weapons, aside from exotic quests, have been Nightfall Ordeal strikes. And so you better believe I'm going to step in here for at least one of these nights this week and just do nothing but Nightfall strikes. Get my materials up, get my legendary marks up, get all my ascendant shards and exotics, and just have fun with the excess of loot raining down upon me. But that about wraps us up for today. If you liked anything that you've seen today, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like down below. It really helps me a lot on the channel. It helps YouTube know that you guys are liking what I'm putting out. And it helps me know that you're liking what I have had to say here. And lets me know that you want me to do more of these videos. So, also drop a comment down below. Let me know if you have any specific ideas, specific topics that you want this Kindergarten series to be put on. I have a list of ideas so far, things that in my opinion, are important things to touch base on, especially with Beyond Light approaching, and I'll continue to do so as Beyond Light comes out and we move through it. We're going to do this together. But drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or if you have any ideas, things that you want some more information on, or if you want some deeper, better strategies on Nightfall strikes, or really anything, I'll do the best I can to pump out something that's going to help you. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Hit the bell icon so you can stay up to date whenever I post a new Kindergarten class episode out. And that's going to do us for today, guys. I appreciate you stopping in. Remember, life's a grave. Just dig it.